The blessing from Rabbul Alameen. The blessing from Rabbul Alameen. Islam is the way of life.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidil Mursaleen, amma ba'd. فاعوذ باللہ من الشیطان الرجیم بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم الصلاۃ والسلام علیک یا رسول اللہ وعلی آلک واصحابک یا حبیب اللہ الصلاۃ والسلام علیک یا نبی اللہ وعلی آلک واصحابک یا نور اللہ. The blessed saying of the beloved Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, whoever send peace and blessings upon me on Friday, I will intercede him on the day of judgment. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Alhamdulillah azza wa jal, another beautiful day and another amazing topic is about health or wealth. Very simple thing, you need health or you need wealth. The question is, inshallah, we will discuss this thing with our panel today with Munib Shah Sahab, Harun Bhai and mashallah Hafiz Adil with us. We will start with the recitation of Holy Quran, inshallah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فاذكروني أذكركم واشكروا لي ولا تكفرون يا أيها الذين آمنوا استعينوا بالصبر والصلاة إن الله مع الصابرين صدق الله العظيم.
آقا 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 اذن جس کو ملا وہ مدینے گیا، میرا کچھ نہ بنا میں یہیں رہ گیا. وہ بلاتے رہے سب ہی جاتے رہے، ایک میرے سوا میں یہیں رہ گیا. میں آؤں مدینے، میری اوقات نہیں ہے، گر آپ بلا لیں تو بڑی بات نہیں ہے. اپنی آنکھوں کو معلوم آپ کی چوکھٹ سے نبی ہے تمنا یہ خدا سے کہ رسول عربی اپنی آنکھوں کو معلوم ایسا بات تیرا گزر ہو جو مدینے میں کبھی جانا اس گنبد خضرا میں کہے جس پہ نبی ہاتھ سے اپنے پکڑ کر وہ سنہری جا بسد شوق دلی اپنی آنکھوں کو ملوں آپ کی چوکھٹ سے نظیر ہے تمنا یہ خدا سے کہ رسول عربی اپنی آنکھوں کو ملوں عرض کرنا کہ کہاں مجھ سا کمینہ گندہ اور وہ شعر کہاں جس میں ہو محبوب خدا ہاں سنا ہے کہ نبھاتے ہیں بروں کو مولا اس لیے آپ کے دروازے پہ دیتا ہے صدا اپنی آنکھوں کو ملوں آپ کی چوکھٹ سے نظیر ہے تمنا یہ خدا سے کہ رسول عربی اپنی آنکھوں کو ملوں یا نبی سے کے سوا اور میں کیا عرض کروں آپ کا ہو کہ جیوں آپ کا ہو کر ہی مروں آپ کے در سے پلا آپ کے در پر ہی مٹوں جان تم سے ملی تم پر ہی نچھاور کر دوں اپنی آنکھوں کو ملوں آپ کی چوکھٹ سے نظیر ہے تمنا یہ خدا سے کہ رسول عربی اپنی آنکھوں کو ملوں گر میسر نہیں سالک کو حضور بدنی روح حاضر ہے مگر مثل اویس قرنی جس میں ہندی ہے میرا جان ہے میری مدنی یا خدا دور کسی طرح ہو بعد بدنی اپنی آنکھوں کو ملوں آپ کی چوکھٹ سے نظیر ہے تمنا یہ خدا سے کہ رسول عربی اپنی آنکھوں کو ملوں
Beautiful kalam, mashallah. We move to our topic. So inshallah we'll remove the confusion today, inshallah. Okay, health or wealth? Wealth or health?
Sir, this is such a topic in which we can relate to the modern society, that many individuals, you'll find some that will just run after health, and then you'll find some that will just run after wealth, and you might find some that will look after their health and after their wealth as well.
MashaAllah.
So which one are we? This is what we need to determine first and foremost, and if we need to change it. If you just run after wealth, then you need, at this modern time, you need wealth as well. And if you just run after wealth, then you definitely need health. So what we need to do, so what happens currently is that when those individuals that just run after wealth, when you ask them this question that why do you have just work so many hours, and the reply is given is for my family. It's for my family. But when you ask the same family that, does your father give you time, or does this person give you time, they go, no. So this comparison that this person is trying to make, that I'm working for my family, but the same family wants to make you give time to them. So because of a person just running after wealth, not is he only damaging his health, he's damaging his relations with his family members, be it a household, be it their children as well, because my father doesn't give me time. Why? Because he's running after wealth. So these things, just running after wealth, this can cause many damages. Health is just one of them. And because we are talking about health, there's a narration of the Prophet ﷺ. They have mentioned, La ba'sa bil ghina, that there is no harm in being wealthy. There's no harm. For who? Liman ittaqa, for the one who is mindful of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. Then he carries on to say, وَالصِّحَّةُ لِمَنِ اتَّقَى خَيْرٌ مِّنْ غِنَى. He says that yet good health for the one who is mindful is better than wealth. And later in the hadith they mention, وَالطِّيبُ النَّفْسِ مِنَ النَّعِيمِ, and for the cheerfulness is amongst the blessings. So in this hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, they have clearly mentioned that good health for the one who is mindful to Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, was taqwa to Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, for him that is better than wealth. So the Prophet ﷺ saying that the health is better than wealth. Let's not mix it up that saying with wealth comes health. No, with health comes wealth. This is what we need to embed in our mind, that we need to look out for our health, and by that inshallah all the wealth, whatever you need to do, your targets that you've set. And since for example, if your health is good, let's say New Year has started, and generally at the start of New Year there's something called New Year resolutions that people make. That this year, especially says that in January the 1st, and when the New Year just before it starts, one common resolution that's made is that I'm going to start the gym and I become healthy this year. So this New Year resolution, for example, half a month it lasts, but after that it finishes. So once you make intention, but if generally if a person wants to feel confident in his health, there's a lot of things he can carry out, but because of a person's bad health, he cannot carry out various actions. For example, in the whole year you have made a plan. You made a plan that this I'm going to get done this year. But if you do not look after your health, all of that's going to go down the drain. You won't be able to do them. But if you look after your health, you are well, you look after your health, you do what you need to do, and then all these plans, for example, you need to open a business, you need to invest in certain opportunities, that will only come if you are healthy enough to do so. If you're healthy enough to go out the house, go for all these opportunities that you have. But if you're not even well enough to leave the house, all of these intentions you've made to become or to increase your money, etc., that's not going to happen. So therefore, this is why it's mentioned that health first, then wealth. With health comes wealth.
Even if you are a wealthy, you can't enjoy wealth if you are not a good health. ये याद रखिएगा. If you are not in a good health, how can you enjoy your wealth? डॉक्टर बोलेगा सिर्फ दूध पीना है और ब्रेड खानी है. अब चिकन खाने का भी दिल है. Your wealth तो allow कर रही है, but your health is not allowing you to have a chicken. अब क्या होगा? तो हुआ यही कि बहुत सारे लोगों ने अपनी जिंदगी पहले क्या किया? To earn wealth, अपनी उन्होंने हेल्थ डैमेज की, अपनी हेल्थ को जाया किया टू अर्न वेल्थ. फिर आखिर में क्या हुआ? आखिर में ये हुआ कि अपनी वेल्थ जाया की अपनी हेल्थ को वापस गेन करने के लिए. तो पहले ही इस्लाम हमेशा जो है ना इत्तेदाल का रास्ता बताता है, दरमियानी रास्ता बताता है कि जिसमें डैमेज ना हो, स्टेड फास्टनेस, इस्तिकामत के साथ वो अमल पसंद है जो कंटिन्यू किया जाए. अब एक दफा आपने जंप लगाई है और दूसरी दफा में कन्ने ठस हो गए तो फिर तो फायदा कुछ नहीं हुआ ना. तो इसलिए अपनी हेल्थ को गौर करना चाहिए कि मेरी हेल्थ किस हिसाब से चल रही है, वरना इतनी मेहनत करे. यू वांट टू रियलाइज व्हाट इज लाइफ, देन गो टू हॉस्पिटल. then you will realize how, क्या कहते हैं, ये जो जिंदगी जो मिली हुई है ना, health is a precious gift from Allah. वरना लोग डिसेबल पैदा होते हैं, लोग ऐसी ऐसी बीमारियां हैं, हजारों नसें इंसानी जिस्म के अंदर, एक एक नस जो है अगर वो सिर्फ ट्रिप हो जाए ना, दब जाए, पूरा जिस्म नकारा हो जाता है. सिस्टम चल रहा है, और इस सिस्टम को चलाने के लिए हमें अपने खाने पे, अपने उठने बैठने पे तवज्जो देनी है. हेल्थ की बात हो रही है हारून भाई, हेल्थ खाली ये नहीं होती कि आप जिस्मानी तो आपको कोई बीमारी नहीं है. असल में यहाँ जो हम बात करना चाह रहे हैं पूरी एक कॉम्बिनेशन है. आपकी जो हेल्थ है ना, वो आपका माइंड भी हेल्दी होना चाहिए. खाली फिजिकल बॉडी नहीं लगे कि वो एक बंदा होता है दुबला पतला, अंदर बिल्कुल ही उसका दिमाग भी इस तरीके से होता है. तो माइंड भी उसका हेल्दी होना चाहिए, पॉजिटिव माइंड होना चाहिए कि सिर्फ बीमारियों से नहीं बचा हुआ, वो मेंटली तौर के ऊपर भी जो है ना वो हेल्दी होना चाहिए, वरना तो वो इंटरनली तौर पे जो है वो बहुत बड़ा डैमेज कर चुका होगा अपने आप को. जी.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. No doubt says so. If we look at it from this perspective, that our body, our being that is that we live within is actually an amana given to us by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it is something that we are to be accountable for as well. And you know, in general terms, if you to hire something or you take something out on rent, you know, you make sure that you don't damage it, that you take good care of it, because you are to return it. And if you return it in a condition that it is worse than it was when it was given to you, then you know, in often cases you incur charges. And you know, one thing is about all these things, but unfortunately when it comes to our health, we think, you know, and I see this saying being used quite often and taken out of context, that you only live once, so you know, carpio, and you know, don't worry about health, you know, be only on this earth for once, and just eat and enjoy life, they say. And I think that's what needs to be corrected here, is that enjoying life doesn't mean that you eat at whatever time, whatever you want, how much ever you want, and there's no accountability or check and balance of what to eat and when to eat. Rather, if you want to live a good life, then you have to make, and a long life, then you have to make sure that you have a balance within that diet. Because you know, you ask anybody, a health professional or anyone from that field, that eating disproportionately will lead to a shorter life, if anything. You know, as Muslims, we believe that life is something that can be taken at any time, but in general terms, those who live longer are known to be those who have a healthier diet, a fit lifestyle, and those who are taking good care of their health. And to be honest with you, I would say that health and wealth, they go hand in hand. Nowadays, especially if you look at it, health is not something that just comes by very easily or quickly. It's something that you have to invest in. You know, if you want to stay fit or exercise, you know, you have to invest in, like in many cases, a gym membership. You have to take time out to go there. If you want healthy food, you know, you have to go out and you have to buy the things, and you know, take out time out to cook. Whereas if for someone who, you know, doesn't care about all these things, he can just go to the local takeaway, to the chip shop, you know, pay a few quid and buy that food. And if you compare them, funnily enough, healthy food actually costs more than fast food and unhealthy food. So for those who are focusing on their health, it's actually not an easy thing to do. But you know, they say that that which does not come easy is the one that is, you know, the most effective as well. So I think when it comes to our health, and especially I would say those, you know, us who are from the South Asian culture, within our foods you'll find all sorts of fats, and you know, these masala that we eat. And then if you see our intake of fruits, vegetables, or water, or natural sort of organic foods, it's little to none. And I think Ramadan especially is one of those times where we can really reflect upon our health. And many people, we've discussed this before, is that, you know, Ramadan, if you think about it, if you're fasting 15, 16 hours a day, and you're doing this for a whole month, you would think that at the end of these 30 days, one comes out and, you know, he's lost some weight, or he's in a better position health-wise. But many times we see that people, you know, they've put on weight, and you know, they're counting all the dishes that they've tried out in this month. So the whole, I think, way we go about things is wrong, and needs a whole restructure. And I think, inshallah, if we were to even take a few pearls from our episode today on tips on how you can become healthy, inshallah, which we will share, and this can go a long way, inshallah.
हेल्थ बनती भी दस्तरखान पर है, बिगड़ती भी दस्तरखान पर है, ये ऑन फूड में, ये याद रखिएगा. फूड मेट पे क्या क्या रखा हुआ है ये अब आपके सामने है. हम सबको वी ऑल नीड प्रॉपर हेल्थ, ये याद रखिएगा आप. हेल्थ एज अ मुबल्लिग, एज अ प्रीचर के ले लें आप, एज अ इमाम के ले लें आप, एज अ बिजनेसमैन के ले लें. सेहत होगी तो काम हो सकता है, बगैर सेहत के काम कैसे होगा. तो आप अगर ये भी याद रखें कि होता है ना कि प्रिवेंशन इज बेटर देन क्योर. परहेज 100 बीमारियों का एक ही इलाज है कि आप परहेज करें. परहेज नहीं है हमारी जिंदगी के अंदर कि ये भी खा लूं ये भी खा लूं. अब लाइफ स्टाइल है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैं 40 इयर्स का हूं, जो ब्रांड न्यू चीज होती है वो ब्रांड न्यू होती है. आपका एक दांत ओरिजिनल निकल गया ना, आप 10 लगवा ले वो होंगे, वो ओरिजिनल काम नहीं करेंगे. इसीलिए ओरिजिनल जो दूर तक चल सकता है वो फायदा देगा. अगर हम अपनी बॉडी की लुक आफ्टर नहीं करेंगे, अब आप बोले जी ये भी चीज आ जाती है, ये भी लग जाता है, वो बाल लगवाने के लिए दूसरे मुल्क में जा रहा है, कुछ जा रहा है, वो जो भी लग गया है ओरिजिनल होता है. अगर ओरिजिनल का अभी से ख्याल रखेंगे तो देर तक चलेंगे. इसीलिए अमीर सुन्नत फरमाते हैं कि अगर बुढ़ापे में अच्छी जिंदगी गुजारना चाहते हो तो जवानी के अंदर परहेज करो, अपने खाने पीने के मामला और अपने बाकी मामला, तो आगे के मसाइल आपके आसान हो जाएंगे. लेकिन अगर अभी से हम अपने मामला को ठीक नहीं कर रहे, फिर आगे जाके तो और मामला खराब होंगे. आप क्यों एमओटी करते अपनी गाड़ियों की, क्यों ये चेक इन बैलेंस होता है, जाके ऑयल चेक करते हैं, सारी चीजें, ताकि गाड़ी स्मूथ चलती रहे, कोई प्रॉब्लम ना दे. और वैसे भी 40 इयर्स के बाद तो हर चीज का चेक इन बैलेंस कंटिन्यू होना चाहिए, क्योंकि लाजमी सी बात है गाड़ी चली है और चलने के बाद उसमें प्लग में कचरा भी आता है, प्रॉब्लम भी आती है. इसीलिए तो होता है. ये गाड़ी बॉडी है हमारी, एक बॉडी हमारी समझे गाड़ी की तरह चल रही है कंटिन्यू. फेफड़े जब से पैदा हुए चल रहे हैं, दिल चल रहा है, गुर्दे चल रहे हैं, लेकिन एक लिमिट है, एक एज है, उसके बाद ये डाउन होना शुरू होते हैं. अगर हम इनका ख्याल नहीं रखेंगे, सिर्फ पैसा ही कमाते रहेंगे, तो ये पैसा हमारे को सेहत नहीं दिला सकता. ये याद रखिएगा. गुर्दे खराब हो गए, फेफड़े खराब हो गए, आप जितने बड़े मिलियनेयर हो वो चीज नहीं ला सकते जो ओरिजिनल गुर्दे काम करते थे. इसलिए अपनी हेल्थ के ऊपर प्रॉपर फोकस करना है. और परहेज जो है ना, वो 100 बीमारियों का कहना कि एक इलाज बता दे तो वो ये है कि परहेज और परहेज, जो होता नहीं है.
जी सर, mashallah, beautiful Madani prayers from yourself. Regarding this, there's a share as well that रियाजत के यही दिन है, बुढ़ापे में कहाँ हिम्मत, जो कुछ करना है अभी कर लो, अभी नूरी जवान तुम हो. माशाल्लाह. And say sir, but you know, you're mentioning regarding those who are 40 plus or maybe 30 plus as well. But even our youngsters in this current age, meaning those who are mature and between under 30, and when you see them in our masajid, say sir, they can't sit in at-tahiyyat properly, and some even they're in tashahhud, but it looks like they're doing sajda because they can't sit properly and they're so down like that. They need support. What is the reason why? There's a couple of reasons. One is then either they're not used to praying, but another is health issues that people have. And our Muballigh touched upon the diet issue, that one should have a good diet. In regards to this, there's a saying from Wahab ibn Munabbih rahmatullahi ta'ala alayh. He said that قال أجمعت الأطباء, that the doctors have agreed upon this. What did they agree upon? أن رأس الطب الصحة الحماية and أجمعت الحكماء أن رأس حكمة الصمت. That the doctors have agreed that the head, the leader of medicine, meaning today we go for this medicine, we go to that medicine, is mentioned that the doctors have agreed upon this, that the head, the leader of medicine is diet. Allah. And a wise man agreed that the leader of wisdom is silence. So here, according to this, that the leader of medicine, today we look for medicine for all these issues that we have. Said, you know, nowadays they even have invented, as you mentioned, that we can't replace the original. And they've even invented these days that certain pills to lose weight. So they don't want you to go out and become active, run a bit, walk a bit, but rather they just want eat the pill, drink water, and lose weight like that. So this is the current invention as well, that people, to do something. For example, if you want a glass of water, it's not just going to come in front of you. You need to make that effort to go out. We're not saying you're going to change overnight, but according to this statement as well, that have a good diet plan, and inshallah the health will come as well. As you mentioned, Sayyid earlier as well, the health is not just with what you eat, it's about mental health as well. And mental health can come in many forms, and one of these forms is, Sayyid, negative mind, negative thinking that, oh, I won't be able to achieve this. There was a person, Sayyid, which I found a bit funny when he was mentioning this. He said that he has a brother, and he said to his brother, I bought a piece of land. So he hasn't finished his sentence. The brother goes, you never bought land before, what are you going to do with it? Then he looked at him and goes, I bought land. He goes, no, I don't need to buy a house. I can build a land on that, or I can build a house on that land. That brother goes, you're going to flop. He goes, how? He goes, you have no experience. Now, that person who said, I'm going to build a house there, he's not going to build it himself from scratch, is he? Yeah. He's going to get builders who are professional. They're going to build on that land. But just that negative mind, that can put a person down. And this affects a person's mental health. If all these healths are well, mental health, we will come to the spiritual side as well, spiritual health. Well, I mentioned this now, Sayyid. There was a person, he came to me, he goes, Allah has blessed me with wealth. Financially, I'm very stable. My children are getting degrees in colleges, universities, stable. Isn't Mosul this? He goes, I'm missing something. And so we sat down for a couple of hours, you can say, we spoke in regards. So the side that he was missing, because he told me his history, and the side that he was missing was a spiritual side. He had everything else. The doctors, he had private doctors. If he needed something, he would go there. Everything he had. But he was missing the spiritual side. So that spiritual health that he needed to clear his mind, his mind was very cloudy, says sir. There's only one person or one guide or etc. or a spiritual side that can remove those clouds from our mind. So I eventually, alhamdulillah, made tarqeeb of him becoming Bai'at to Amir al-Sunnah Da'an Barakatum al-Aliyah. He met me and he goes, alhamdulillah, my mind is free.
MashaAllah.
I'm stress free. There's stress first. He goes, that part of me that was empty, was void, that's filling up now. I can feel it. So many individuals who feel depressed, who feel down, maybe this is one of the reasons. That, okay, your health might be fine, your mental health might be fine, but what about your spiritual health? Who's going to give that a boost? And that boost, of course, a spiritual guide, a spiritual guide can give that boost.
Allah bi zikrillahi tatma'innul qulub hai. Allah के जिक्र से सुकून मिलता है. दिलों को सुकून अल्लाह के जिक्र से ही मिलेगा. आपकी वेल्थ से नहीं मिलेगा. अब जो बराबर में बहुत हेल्दी, मैं 200 किलो उठा लेता हूँ. 200 किलो उठाने का क्या मिलेगा आपको? जब आप अपना कंबल जो है वो आधा किलो का भी नहीं होता, फजर में नहीं उठा सकते, फजर में उठ ही नहीं सक रहे, तो आप काहे के हेल्दी हैं? वो कहते हैं हेल्दी, वेल्दी एंड वाइज. वाइज वही होता है जो इस्लाम के ऊपर चल रहा हो. वरना तो आज के दौर में यही है कि जो डाइट प्लान क्या होगा, पीपल लीव द फूड्स, ओनली कहेंगे जी बस वो एक गिलास ड्रिंक पीना और कुछ नहीं. और कुछ वो होते हैं कि खाना पीना छोड़ने के साथ भूख की हदें क्रॉस कर जाते हैं. और कुछ ऐसे दौड़ होते हैं, लगता है कि उनके दौड़ने से जमीन जो है ना कि कुछ ना कुछ हो जाएगा उनके दौड़ने से. कुछ भी नहीं होगा. कुछ बिल्कुल छोड़कर बैठ जाते, कुछ एतदाल का काम ले, बिल्कुल कुछ ना, कुछ विटामिन की गोलियां जैसे आपने कहा, अलग अलग चीजें लेते. ओरिजिनल होती है, याद रखिएगा. फेक सिस्टम पे जाएंगे ना तो अंदर भी फेक चीजें बिल्ड होंगी. जैसे ही छोड़ेंगे फिर कोलैप्स हो जाएंगे. जैसे बहुत सारे जो जाते हैं एक्स्ट्रा एक्सरसाइज कर रहे होते हैं, जब वो छोड़ते हैं ना तो उनकी बॉडी पूरी लटक जाती है. अब नेचुरल तौर पे हो जो आप कर सकते हो, आप वॉक करें, तेज वॉक करें, जिम वो करें, एक्सरसाइज जो आप कंटिन्यू कर सकते हैं. वरना होता है कि कुछ अरसे जान लगा, उसके बाद पट्टा चढ़ गया. आज उठाने गए थे इतना 250 किलो, खुद ही जो है फिर वो उठकर आ गए, स्ट्रेचर के ऊपर आ रहे, यार मसलपुर हो गया था. तो किसने कहा था आपको ये उठाने का? जंप नहीं लगाए. एतदाल के साथ सेहतमंद बनना है तो दिमागी तौर पे भी सेहतमंद बनना है, जिस्मानी तौर पे भी होना है, ताकि इस माशरे के अंदर में एक अच्छा किरदार अदा कर सके. अब बहुत सौ ने अपनी हेल्थ बना ली, हम हेल्थ की बात कर रहे हैं, हेल्थ बना रही है लेकिन बदमाशी कर रहे होते हैं, तो उस हेल्थ का क्या फायदा? ये इस हेल्थ इसलिए थोड़ी दी अल्लाह ने, अल्लाह की इबादत कर सके, नेकी कर सके, नमाजें पढ़ सके, कुरान की तिलावत कर सके. नियत भी तो होना कि मैं किस लिए ये कर रहा हूं. तो सारी चीजें पैसों से नहीं तोली जाती हैं, ये याद रखिएगा. बोले यार पैसा होगा सब कुछ कर लूंगा. पैसा होता है बेचारा कुछ खाने, सॉरी शुगर बना किया डॉक्टर ने, आखिरी स्टेज है, मिलियनेयर है, नहीं खा सकता, सॉरी, वो अपना कहता मुझे बना किया डॉक्टर, जरा सा खाऊंगा तो अस्पताल पहुंच जाऊंगा. तो इसलिए उस नेमत की कदर करे जो बिन मांगे मिली है। बिन मांगे आपको अल्लाह ताला ने ये नेमत दी है, उस सेहत की कदर करे। कोई इधर लिख रहा होता है, कोई काट रहा होता है, कोई अपने आप को कुछ कर रहा होता है। कयामत में हिसाब देंगे एक एक चीज का, कि क्यों, कि अपनी सेहत को, अपनी जान को जानबूझकर खतरे में डालना इजाजत थोड़ी है इस चीज की। जो छलांगे लगा रहे होते हैं, अब मैं इतना बड़ा एक्सरसाइज वाला बन गया हूं तो वो इधर छलांग लगाता है, उधर अपनी जान रिस्क में डालता है, पता थोड़ी है। पांव स्लिप हो गया तो आप क्लेवर, सामने वाला थोड़ी क्लेवर होगा इतना। बोलोगे यार मैं तो वो 1 व्हीलिंग करता हूं, तो मैं ऐसे स्कूटर चलाता हूं, तो ऐसे करता हूं, तो फिर ऐसों के एक्सीडेंट हुए होते हैं। तो इसलिए अपनी सेहत को, अपनी अकल को प्रॉपर इस्तेमाल करें जहां इस्तेमाल करने की जरूरत है, तो इंशाल्लाह।
So, sir, if you compare like an elderly person of this generation and a youngster, you'll find in many cases that a 60-year-old, he's able to go to further lengths, whether it be in walking, whether it be in activities, or just staying fit than your 20-year-old of today. Why is this? A big reason for this is because the 20-year-old, he's used to his takeaways, his burgers, his pizzas. Whereas if you go back 50, 60 years, maybe even less, then all these things were not as out and about there, and people weren't as inclined towards these things. And to be honest with you, I think the reason mainly why young people or the generation today doesn't bother too much about eating is because they don't see the direct effects. If I eat something unhealthy today, it won't shorten my life expectancy immediately, or it won't give me heart disease immediately, it won't give me sugar diabetes immediately. But what they don't realize is that it is a slowly building up sort of element to it, which is the harmful part. And I heard a quote which really got to me, and I thought it's worth sharing as well, is that the food you eat is either the most important medicine or the slowest form of poison. So it's either something that is helping you grow in a good manner, or either it is something you're putting inside your body which is acting as a slow acting poison. Now we have to decide within ourselves that the food that we eat, generally, is it healthy for us? Is it something that is free of all these extra sugars and additives and fats and grease, or is it something that is the opposite? And if it is, then there's something that needs to be done here immediately before it is too late. And you will see that many even youngsters of today, they'll say that one of their kidneys is not working, or diabetes. I've heard of cases of youngsters with diabetes.
बच्चा पैदा हो रहा है तो उसको जो है डायबिटीज हुई भी है,
unheard of. And to be honest, I think a lot of the time the elders are to blame in this as well. Nowadays, if a kid, for example, he's drinking some fizzy drink or something, they say, oh look, he's drinking, and look at kids of today, and it's almost like encouraging them, whereas that sort of thing should not be anywhere near the child until they're a bit older. So it's about giving it attention and looking over things and giving it priority. Inshallah, this way you can improve your health.
मैंने पहले भी अर्ज की थी कि खाना बहुत सारे होते हैं, बड़े फख्र से बताता हूं, मैं तो रोज बाहर खाता हूं, तो इसमें क्या कमाल है, उसमें क्या बरकत है? बाहर के खाने में कौन सी बरकत है? घर में खाना खाते, घर वालों की तरबियत होती, वुजू करके बिस्मिल्लाह पढ़ के वो खाना बना रहे होते तो आपको बरकत मिलती। वो खाना खाते तो वाकई पता चलता स्पिरिचुअलिटी क्या है। जब वो चम्मच चला रहे होते तो दुरूद शरीफ पढ़ रहे होते, जब वो जो है खाना बना रहे होते कुरान की तिलावत कर रहे होते। जैसे हजरत फातिमा ज़हरा रदी अल्लाह ताला अन्हा की सीरत पढ़े कि वो चक्की भी पीसती थी तो कुरान की तिलावत कर रही होती थी, जिक्रुल्लाह कर रही होती थी। तो घर के खाने की अपनी बरकत है, लेकिन बात वही है कि बरकत उस वक्त आएगी जब हम सारी चीजों को इस्लामी पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से समझेंगे कि इस्लाम ने हमें क्यों ये चीजें बताई हैं। बाहर के खाने में क्या है कि लोग जो अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकते वो बेचारे हसरत से देख रहे होंगे, तो आप घर में खाएं, घर में बनाएं, अच्छा खाएं, किसने मना किया? तो लेकिन बात वो यही है कि इसकी कदर करनी है। दो लोग हमेशा जो है ना वो धोखे में होते हैं। आका अलैहिस्सलातु वस्सलाम ने फरमाया, देयर आर टू सच ब्लेसिंग्स अबाउट व्हिच मेनी पीपल आर इन डिसेप्शन, नंबर 1 हेल्थ एंड नंबर 2 लेजर टाइम। हेल्थ के बारे में बहुत ज्यादा जो लोग हैं ना वो बाकी धोखे में है, मसला ही नहीं, कल कर लेंगे, परसों कर लेंगे। आपको क्या पता है आज का खाना कल को क्या इफेक्ट करेगा? जैसे इन्होंने बात की ना, मैंने 40+ की तो आपको बताया कि उसके बाद इफेक्ट आते हैं। यानी अगर आप जो है वो गलत पेट्रोल डालते रहो गाड़ी में, डीजल की जगह पेट्रोल डालोगे, थोड़ी चलेगी, बंद हो जाएगी। तो वो यही हो रहा है कि अभी डाल रहे हैं, लेकिन जब ये 40+ होगा ना तो उसके बाद गाड़ी चलने से जो है ना वो खड़े कर देगी, हैंड्स अप, सॉरी नहीं चल सकते। अब आए दिन अस्पताल जा रहे हैं, कभी कुछ हो रहा है, कभी कुछ हो रहा है। उसकी वजह यह थी कि आपने शुरू में अपनी चीजों की लुक आफ्टर नहीं की थी। जरूरी नहीं है कि उसी वक्त जो है वो रिएक्शन होता है, कुछ चीजों का रिएक्शन, साइड इफेक्ट कुछ दिनों के बाद आता है। तो खास तौर पे ये जो फास्ट फूड है और इस तरीके की चीजें हैं, अपनी खाने के ऊपर बहुत ज्यादा तवज्जो देनी चाहिए। पैसा मिल गया इसका ये मतलब थोड़ी है कि हम रोजाना बाहर खाना खा रहे हैं। जी मनीष शाह साहब।
You say, sir, our topic, health or wealth, we were talking previously as well in regards to the narrations of the Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam, and says that generally a person's desire can be that regarding wealth, that he wants everything that's in this entire world. But there is something which the Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam has mentioned, that if this and this and this happen, then it is as if he was given the entire world. Now what is this and this? It is mentioned from the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. They mention, man asbaha minkum aminan fi sirbihi mu'afan fi jasadihi indahu quta yawmihi faka'annama hizat lahu dunya. That whoever amongst you wakes up secure in his property, healthy in his body, and he has his food for the day, it is as if he was given the entire world. So the Prophet ﷺ has mentioned this, and a show from there says that healthy in his body, that if a person wakes up healthy, then it is as if he was given the entire world. So therefore, the reason why a lot of people are not healthy, they chase after wealth. So if we act upon this narration of the Prophet ﷺ and don't chase after wealth and chase after health first, and then according to his narration, it is as if he was given the entire world. After you have gained health, go after wealth slightly as well, but not too much that you damage your health, etc. Because the Prophet ﷺ has given various, you can say, formulas or advices to the nation to his nation regarding health and being healthy as well, and what you need to do to become healthy. Sumu tusihhu, fast and you'll you'll become well. And so many other examples can be given from a hadith, from the Quran as well, that which type of people the Prophet ﷺ likes, which type of people Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala dislikes, which type of body which Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala dislikes. So all these are mentioned, it's just that we need to learn about this. And remember, always we need to embed in our mind that health is more important than wealth. So this is what we need to take on board as well, inshallah.
So there's when we talk about benefits of eating healthy or taking good care of your health, there are countless. But I came across a few which I thought some people may be unaware of, or just to make apparent, and inshallah I thought I'd share them. That the foods that we eat can reduce blood pressure and help keep their heart healthy. So if we eat good food and we take good care of our health, this can decrease the chances of developing things like high blood pressure, diabetes, etc. This can also lead to having a better mood. People don't understand is that the way you eat can affect your mood. If you stay happy, if you stay grumpy, if you're miserable, etc. Your eating lifestyle, you could say, has a big impact on this as well. It can improve gut health, which is your digestion system and your stomach, how it works. It can also improve your memory. What you eat has an effect on your mind and your memorization. It can also help with weight loss. It can help with maintaining a moderate weight, which can help reduce the risk of chronic health diseases. So, long-term issues that people develop, this can also be avoided by eating healthy. This can also help with strong bones and teeth, and it can also help with getting a good night's sleep. Many people, they don't realize this, that what you eat can automatically result in how your sleep is affected. Many times you see people, they'll say that, I've slept 7-8 hours, but when I wake up in the morning, I'm still tired. I still don't feel that freshness. Why? Because, a big factor can be what you're eating, what you're putting inside your body. And remember also along with this that there's a difference between sleeping and resting. Now, some people, you may have seen yourself that, they have a power nap for half an hour, and, they're fresh again and they're refreshed. This is because they turn off. But many people, before they sleep, the phone doesn't leave them alone, and they go sleep using their mobile phones, wake up using their mobile phones. This can have an effect on your health as well. And lastly, the point is it can also reduce the risks of diseases like cancer. So we don't realize how much we can prevent just by looking after our health. And according to a research, 1 in 5 deaths, so out of every 5 people that die, 1 of them is due to a poor diet. And according to another research, 48% of people are affected by bad nutrition. And this can either be eating too less. So, in the poorer countries where people, they don't have access to clean water, they don't have access to enough nutrition, the essential fats and the sugars and the foods that we need to actually stay afloat. Or on the other flip side, people eating too much. So obesity, heart disease, high sugar levels, high blood pressure, all these things. So 48% of people are affected with this. So, alhamdulillah, especially towards the West, we have that facility, where majority of us, we have the facility to go into our fridges and pick out whatever we want. We can choose if we want, if someone, we have the choice, alhamdulillah. Many people, they don't have this. But on our Dastakhan, we have the choice of a fizzy drink, but at the same time, we have a glass of water. So it's not that we're compelled to drink one or the other. But I think if we focus on this, inshallah, and in Ramzan Sharif as well, we see that majority of the Dastakhans, they are filled with your fried stuff and, all sorts of other fatty foods. People have this misconception that you can't eat tasty food unless it's fried, or unless it has loads of sugar, unless it has lots of these carbohydrates and these other unnecessary things in them. This is incorrect. You can have healthy, good, tasty food as well. It's just a matter of delving into it. The one who's passionate about this, he will find ways to eat healthily and also make it tasty at the same time. So inshallah, once we get into this, it can go a long way in helping our health as well, inshallah.
बहुत ज़्यादा चिली फूड भी जो ना वो सेहत के लिए अच्छा नहीं होता है। तो वो बोलता यार मिर्चें बहुत होनी चाहिए, तो वो फिर अभी तो मिर्चें बहुत होंगी, आगे मिर्चें लगेंगी भी बहुत, फिर याद रखिएगा।
So one tip that I would personally see that has helped us and me a lot is invest in an air fryer. I've gone around our home, and many times the things that you would fry, you can put them in an air fryer and it will be the same, except that it's not oily, it's not greasy, and it helps a lot in a lot of things. So I think for the viewers at home, it's a good investment.
बहुत सारी हेल्थ की बात हो गई, कुछ वेल्थ की बात भी होनी चाहिए। तो रिच बनने की बहुत हर की एक ड्रीम होती है, आई वांट टू बी अ रिच पर्सन। असल में रिचनेस जो होती है ना, इज फ्रॉम द हार्ट। अमीरी गरीबी दिल से होती है, माल से नहीं होती, ये याद रखिएगा। लोगों को दिल का अमीर होना चाहिए। बहुत सारे लोग माल के तो अमीर होते हैं लेकिन दिल के गरीब होते हैं। ऐसों के पास कोई फटकता भी नहीं है, और बहुत से देखे बेचारे होते गरीब है लेकिन उनके पास लोग होते हैं, क्योंकि मोहब्बत बट रही होती है। तो अमीरी गरीबी असल में दिल से होती है। एंडलेस वेल्थ क्या है? आप जो मर्जी सोचे यार, दौलत ना खत्म होने वाली, कंटेंटमेंट। आका अलैहिस्सलाम ने फरमाया कंटेंटमेंट इज एन एंडलेस वेल्थ। इसको अपनाने की कोशिश करें, इसकी तरफ जाए कि जो कभी ना खत्म होने वाली दौलत है। ये आपकी दौलत तो आज होती है, कल फिर आगे पीछे हो जाएगी, फिर इधर जाएगी, फिर उधर चली जाएगी। असल में सेहत और ये सारी चीजें जो रब पे भरोसा है और जो आपको मिला है उस पर राजी रहना जो है ना, असल में ये बहुत बड़ी दौलत है। ये आपको मेंटली तौर पे भी स्ट्रांग करेगा, फिजिकली तौर पे भी स्ट्रांग करेगा, और आपको जो आपको कहते हैं ना, जो आपको सो कॉल, जिसको आप वेल्दी पीपल कहते हैं, आपको वाकई वो जो है ना, आप बोलेगा मैं सबसे दुनिया का अमीर। जिसके पास ईमान की दौलत है उससे बढ़ के और क्या चाहिए? जिसके हाथ में दामन मुस्तफा है, उससे ज्यादा अमीर कौन है? ईमान की दौलत है, मुसलमान है, दामन मुस्तफा हाथ में, उससे बढ़कर अमीर कौन होगा? खामखा इसके पीछे भाग रहे, इसके पीछे भाग रहे, कितना भी अमीर है लेकिन जो वो खुदा का मुनकिर है तो क्या है? वो कुछ भी नहीं है। अल्लाह का शुक्र अदा करें कि अल्लाह ने मुसलमान पैदा किया। एक हदीस पाक का मफहूम है कि जिसने इस हाल में सुबह की कि उसको जिस्मानी आफियत यानी सेहत मिल गई और उसको अपने बारे में अमन मिल गया اور اس دن کی خوراک اس کے پاس موجود ہے، تو اس نے مکمل کامیابی کے ساتھ صبح کی، اور گویا پوری دنیا اس کے لیے جمع کر دی گئی ہے۔ میرے آقا علیہ الصلوۃ والسلام نے بھی فرمایا کہ اللہ سے عافیت کی دعا مانگا کرو۔ ہم دولت کی مانگ رہے ہوتے، ارے دولت مل گئی تو پتہ چلا گھر میں مسائل ہو گئے، چور پیچھے لگ گئے، ڈاکو پیچھے لگ گئے، رشتہ دار پیچھے لگ گئے۔ عافیت کی دعا کرنی چاہیے، اللہ عافیت والا معاملہ، اللہ عافیت والا معاملہ۔ کچھ چیزیں آپ کے لیے اچھی نہیں ہوتی ہیں لیکن ہم وہی ڈیمانڈ کر رہے ہوتے ہیں۔ عافیت کا سوال کریں، انشاءاللہ اسی میں برکت ہے۔ بہرحال لاسٹ میسج
Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, which is very famous, value 5 before 5. Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam said, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, take advantage or take care of 5 before 5. Your youth before your old age, your health before your illness, your riches before your poverty, your free time before your work, and your life before your death. So we act upon this narration of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, that value 5 before 5. Inshallah we'll have health and we will have wealth as well.
Says, I think one of the secrets to good health and general well-being is fasting. Many times people practice fasting outside of Ramadan as well, Mondays, Thursdays as a Sunnah fast. I think for those who leave out fasting even during this blessed month, are really missing out, and the health benefits within fasting itself are numerous. So I think one should adopt this as well even outside of Ramadan and see the health benefits of it, inshallah.
عدیل بھائی تسی کی میسج دے
جی شاہ صاحب، اللہ پاک نے سانو زندگی عطا کیتی، صحت عطا کیتی، یہ اللہ پاک دا بہت بڑا کرم ہے، فضل ہے ساڈے پر۔ تے سانو چاہیے اپنی صحت دے نال اپنے رب دی عبادت کریے، اسی اطاعت و فرما برداری دے وچ اپنی زندگی گزاریے، تے اللہ پاک سانو توفیق عطا فرمائے، نیک اعمال دے پر استقامت عطا فرمائے۔
آمین۔ These are all the blessings of Allah Azza wa Jalla. If you don't do the shukr of the name of Allah Azza wa Jalla، پھر یہ نعمت چلی جاتی ہے، پھر یہ صحت بھی چلی جائے گی، یہ مال بھی چلا جائے گا، پھر بولیں گے کیا ہوا۔ تو ہر وقت اللہ کا شکر ادا کرتے رہے، انشاءاللہ اللہ تعالیٰ نعمتوں میں اور مزید برکت عطا فرمائے گا۔ صلو علی الحبیب صلی اللہ تعالی علی محمد صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم۔
The blessing from Rabbul Alameen, the blessing from Rabbul Alameen. Islam is the way of life.